High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. Verstappen, Gasly, Stroll, Russell and Norris. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:12.6.
It's wet here today and we're expecting those downpours to continue. This will make for a difficult sprint for all the teams. It's a short lap here in Spielberg with just 10 corners, 7 to the right and 3 to the left, making up the total distance of 2.6 miles. And expect to see a lot of cars running wide today, especially through the last corner, as the wet conditions make the cars skittish through the downhill sections. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Stroll, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Ocon, Perez, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Sainz, Albon, Joe, Behrman, Vesti, Théo Pourchaire, Hülkenberg, Fittipaldi, Gasly and Isack Hadjar. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest... The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position. almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations. High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Data for that request. Down into P18. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Verstappen, Norris and Ocon. And just behind us are Gasly, Piastri and Tsunoda. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:02.7. They're in 9th place. Okay, so their best lap time, 1:04.1.
Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Lance Stroll alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Ocon, Leclerc, Hadjar, Gasly, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Joe, Albon, Perez, Fittipaldi, Behrman, Hülkenberg, Vesti, Hamilton, Théo Pourchaire and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was about 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometres an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of...
And the formation lap is underway here in Austria. The atmosphere coming from the fans here today is electric. This circuit gives drivers fantastic overtaking opportunities due to the 3 long straights. So let's hope we're in for some wheel-to-wheel action today. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Ahead of you, they're on fresh mediums. Leclerc behind, they're on fresh mediums. Our gap to first place, 1.9 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. Okay, there are 35 laps left in this race. Understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead and try to get past as soon as possible. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in 11th. And the time last lap, 1:06.6. With the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. 4th position, you're in 4th position. Ocon ahead, they're on fresh mediums. Leclerc is behind you, less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 3.7 seconds. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time, and that's 33 laps to go. behind that front wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Gap to your teammate behind, 4.2 seconds. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. You only have to stop once now. One stop left. Alright, we're last of the running cars right now. That's Porsche just ahead. Come on, let's get him. They're on old mediums. Your pit window opens in 8 laps time. And that's 23 laps to go. They haven't pitted yet, so don't waste time fighting. Bring your tyres in gently and let's go for it. And gap to the car in front, 4.0 seconds. That's last place. Porsche is ahead. They're on old mediums. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time. Okay, 22 laps left. Okay, Isaac. We've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go. Nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 7.5 seconds. As things stand right now, we'll be 4th in the championship. Stopping this lap. Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. back. After that front wing damage, we've got to look after it now. Please protect the front wing. Come on. P12, you got P12. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Vesti behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 13 laps to go. Championship. Gap to the car ahead, 1.5 seconds. Ahead of you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That's Alexander behind you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. And 11 laps to go. Just ahead, push hard, push hard. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 1.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres, and the time last lap, 1 minute, 06.8. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 10.5 seconds. You're in 8th place. That's Gasly ahead. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Piastri's behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Let's go, final lap. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.9 seconds. As things stand right now, we'll be 4th in the championship. race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Been scouring the socials and asking around, and I'm delighted to say that the team are none the wiser about us chatting with anyone else. And the meeting went well, too. I know. I'm amazing. You're welcome.